What up? It's your boy King Down 225 coming at you with another reactionary video. So hit that like, subscribe, and become part of the kingdom. Well, looky here. Shout out to his complicated channel. I done reacted to a few of your videos. The last video I reacted to was you roasting just pearly things. So it's not lost on me that one of these dudes in here brought up just pearly things. I saw that. But his complicated channel is, I done told y'all plenty of times, young men, especially within my community. It's a lot of shiesty ninjas out here in this manosphere space. So I always try to give y'all a guide on who I would vouch for certain channels. And this is a channel I would vouch for you to get a real understanding education on, you know, manosphere and shit. It's a complicated channel. And it just happens to have this subject that we do need to discuss. Because what's been happening with the manosphere lately after this just pearly things debacle, it needs to be shaken up. Some people need to be banned out of it. You know what I'm saying? Need some new blood, some new ideas. Because these old niggas is old niggas. And I ain't gonna say no names. I may say some names. But these fuck Uncle Ruckus ass sellout dudes who have defended just pearly things and spent the majority of their time building their channels, getting money by shitting on black women and shitting on the black community. Nah, fuck y'all niggas. So let's talk about simping and the manosphere. Rules of modern dating and understanding women is complicated. And I want y'all to notice how insightful and intelligent the answers that the black men are giving. Dispels this notion that we a bunch of dumb idiots and we ain't nothing but a bunch of thugs. That's why I started this channel. You know what I'm saying? I just got tired of the media's portrayal of my people. If we had more people expressing their experiences, showing how diverse my community is in thought, then ain't no way, can't nobody else control our image. We need to control our image. Let's get to this video. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is a B1 channel, and I, I like to give game specific to the underserved black male youth who suffer from lack of masculinity, because that's the way of the world is. But anybody can get this game. Just sit up here and listen.
Have you ever heard of the Manosphere?
What is? I don't know what the Manosphere is.
Have you?
Okay. First question. I'm gonna answer these questions too. First question is, what I think the manosphere is. I think the manosphere is a group of men who have expressed their experiences, and it like a bunch of men expressing their feelings and talking about issues that they have dealt with, and trying to warn other men on how to avoid those same issues and become a better person. And don't get me wrong, like I said before, there's a lot of toxic elements in this motherfucking space. But the purpose of it was to improve men, not to complain on women all the time, not to teach you how to. I done told y'all plenty of times. I'm not the nigga to tell you how to get no pussy. I ain't. I'm not gonna tell you. You know why? Cause it's more pussy for me. If you ain't got enough confidence and self assurance out there to go fail, cause that's what it's about. Failure, rejection. You got to learn how to deal with failure and rejection. See, I just gave you a game, and I just told you I wasn't gonna give you no game. But I have no sympathy for men. I don't lie. I say I don't have no sympathy. I have some sympathy. If you're a wallflower and you too shy to even talk to a girl, or you too scared to get rejected, which will happen talking to a female, then listen, shit'll get off the pie, go sit on the sideline. You can't play with the big dogs. You don't, all them phrases that we use in hood. I been jumped off the porch. Well, go back in the house, little dude. That's how I feel. I always said you don't really know what red pill is until after you got that girl, and then you got that girl pregnant, and then you go through child support court, and then you go through divorce court. Then you really see how fucked you are as a man in this society. But not having the ability to bag a girl, nah, that's petty shit, son. That's petty shit.
Have you ever heard of Andrew Tate?
Yeah.
It's an alternate view on relationships, kind of favoring the man's role in society right now and lawfully.
The Manosphere is defined as a collection of websites, blogs, and online forums promoting masculinity, misogyny, and opposition to feminism.
Misogyny? Promoting misogyny? Now that's...
So, promoting misogyny and opposition to feminism. Don't get me wrong. My community needs to like stay away from feminism as much as possible, because I feel as though racism and feminism are one and the same. Like, how can we be black men be a part of a patriarchy when we was out there picking cotton and shit? We have never had any power, as y'all women tell, as our own women tell us. We ain't got no power. We ain't built nothing. How the fuck we part of the patriarchy? Then I hear black women. See, this is where the feminist shit come in, because they were designed to come divide us and confuse our black women mind. I done heard Jamil Hill even say, some men, black men, don't want to take down the patriarchy. They just want a bigger piece. I just wish people can enter in my mind and really understand how I feel about feminism. It's not that I hate it. It's just like, I feel like a woman, I'm the dude who always been in the streets with my homeboy saying equality. Like, yeah, I'm the head of the household. I supposed to make the final decision. But I ain't like, baby, you ain't got to be my slave. You ain't got to you ain't got to do that. I be out here championing women. When my nigga be like, man, you put dump. Nah, you ain't supposed to dominate, bro. You could be a leader, but you ain't got to be a dictator. You feel me? But let's continue, because I'm ranting.
It's obviously not...
Okay, well, that's what the Wikipedia definition, I guess, is.
It's a little biased,
yeah,
probably.
okay. Well, it's Wikipedia. What do you think of all the different Manosphere channels and the similarities and differences between their messages?
So far in the Manosphere, I may have maybe like 3 different channels that I know of. One is Fresh and Fit, one was Kevin Samuels, and another one...
Fresh, they have some good points, but for the most part, they are toxic as fuck, okay? There's another thing I keep telling y'all. Yeah, I consider myself to be a Manosphere or a Red Pill affiliate, but the second they start talking about race, like, we gotta have this racial discussion first. We gotta see where you stand on with my people before I talk about how we gonna link up, okay? And these toxic fucks make it clear on how they feel about sisters. They not even from here, so... Andrew Tate, I ain't never really made no reactionary video because 80% I agree with him. But the last 20, something just ain't. I just can't stand behind you, bro. Cause something ain't. It's something I just don't like about him. I like him 80%, 20%. No, I can't support you 100%. And Kevin Samuels, you know, that was a G, bro. People had him fucked up. Like, he was out here trying to, like, that was your last hope. He was trying to repair relationships. He's just, you know, treating women like men have been treated for years. Like, we have been coached that way. In fact, before Kevin Samuels got on the women, he was getting on men like that. And then nobody cared. He was telling harsh truths, but they was truths. And he was trying to repair and fix black relationships. But y'all ain't want to hear that. Y'all pissed on that man grave. Shame on y'all.
It's a bald-headed white guy. He has like a salt and peppery beard. You know, so they talk about different things. Kevin Samuels was very provocative. It seemed like he was a shock jock, and he wanted to get the conversation started. It seemed like he didn't believe some of the stuff he would say. He would just say it to be provocative, to get men and women talking about it, because it's important to have these conversations.
I think that some people are intentionally antagonistic in that space in order to promote a message and promote themselves, and that's understandable. I wouldn't find it that interesting for that aspect of it.
The Manosphere, when it comes to Fresh and Fit, those guys have some point of views that are legit. Also, some of the point of views, they're not really so legit to me.
Yep.
Like one of the guys said, you should, be with at least 50 women before you settle down. That seems excessive, so that's not really, something I vibe with. But just with anything, you don't throw the baby out with the...
You ain't got to necessarily be with 50 chicks. You can be with one chick in like a long-term relationship and get experience that way with your one girl. Like I was never the dude to out here. You know what? Let me continue because I keep stopping this shit. This video gonna get out.
The bathwater, and you agree with people when they're right, and also when they're wrong, you kind of separate. So we have to be. I think that we're an intelligent society, and we can listen to different people, different personalities, and pick what's good from the bad and separate it.
Well, that's the thing. I think that people that are criticizing it are going to be painting it with a very broad brush. And so, even with it, like, let's take Andrew Tate, for instance, right?
Do you think Andrew Tate is helping or hurting men, and why?
I think he's helping men because he motivates us to be better and motivates us to want more out of our lives.
A nigga like that don't motivate me. Like, nigga like that don't, that's what I'm talking about. Nigga like that don't motivate me. Nigga like that don't motivate me. Like, nigga like that don't motivate me.
He's helping men, you feel me, be more in touch with their masculinity, but he's also, like, he does have some misogynistic traits, and
There are some good points that I think that he boosts confidence in young men, but he can damage some that misinterpreted what he says.
Although he has some opinions that are against women, I feel like the majority of what he says is good for men, and I feel like men should listen to what he's saying.
Obviously, he's been arrested in Romania on some, serious charges, right? But you could take individual things that he says and, 85% of the people that you might ask might agree with those things. They might not agree with, whatever he might have done to get charged with criminal charges, but that doesn't mean that, you should throw out necessarily the whole message.
Which is more important, their message or their lifestyle?
The message.
Oh, the message for sure.
It's always the message.
The more important thing socially is the message, but the thing that might sell it is the lifestyle.
I don't know, because I believe, Pearly Things, you've heard of them? Pearly Things, heard?
And here it is. Time to shit on just Pearly Things. I told y'all about her a month ago. Warned y'all about her 9 months ago. I'm sorry, 9 months ago. You don't believe me? I'm going to leave a video. Link to one of my videos 9 months ago. I tried to warn her about her problematic mouth. So let this young man cook this. I guess he a policeman. I guess. Let this policeman cook, and then when I saw the video, I had a surprise on here that I wasn't expecting.
Like her channel, she doesn't practice anything she preaches.
Can you be more specific?
She always says that men don't want a career-oriented woman or a person that talks strong and, a masculine, career-oriented and all that. I don't know. She just I don't know. She tells
Masculine career. She out here. Then so y'all Negroes who defend her. She's a supreme grifter. She out here telling women, her 20-some-year-old ass, who ain't got no old man to get in a relationship. You ain't got no old man. Don't worry about your career. But she's career driven. Don't be all talky walky. But you all up in chats, clapping back at people, running your mouth. Man, and y'all niggas bought that shit off her. Y'all bought that shit off Pippi Longstocking.
tells other women how to be when she's being the opposite of what she's telling them to be.
Do you watch their content more for the educational value or for the entertainment value?
Yeah, for the education.
I like the educational value of it. And then sometimes it's very...
Nah, I watch him. Shout out Richie Mac from Zoom to Tyler. You fucking right. This is another dude I vouch for. Like another segment that black men got a space in is passport bros. I wasn't really no fucking passport bros before I saw Richie Mac. And he basically the only nigga that I will follow. Like, yeah, I fuck with Austin Holloman, but he wasn't doing it how Richie Mac was doing it. Richie Mac was really laying down game. A lot of these passport bros just pull out their camera and just walk through their neighborhood, stepping on people's toes and shit. Like Richie Mac ain't never did that. He did it, but he don't do it like that. See, I was under the impression before Richie Mac that I used to think the same thing that other people used to think about passport bros. These niggas just a bunch of lame who really can't get no pussy. That's how I felt till Richie Mac educated me in my incorrect thinking. Shout out Richie Mac. He was on the Thailand.
Entertaining. Just like your channel, man. I love your channel. You be lighting their asses up.
How much of what is being said is new information?
Probably 60%.
Yeah, 60%.
None of this shit new. None of this shit new. Cause that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I can't learn shit no nigga like Andrew Tate. Cause my uncles and my grandpas and niggas around me when I was young, Ben taught me this fucking kind of game, bro. Ben taught me this. That's why this internet fucking y'all young niggas up. That's why this feminine driven world, this feminine power world is fucking y'all niggas up. If you think you need to learn this shit from somebody who's selling it to you on the internet, selling it to you. These ninjas is selling you this shit. And half the time, these motherfuckers wasn't getting what they said they was getting before they got the bag. So none of this shit new. None of it.
There's nothing new under the sun, as they say. So, but there's a lot of it that is new to a lot of people, a lot of young men, for instance.
Younger people, it's new information. Older people, it's been here, but the way it's being presented is new.
You know, like we've been taught, kind of raised that girls with sugar spice everything nice, guys with snakes, snails, and puppy dog tails. But it turns out that a lot of these women are not sugar and spice, you know, and a lot of men have found that out, you know, the hard way and had a rude awakening with some really unscrupulous women.
Men have a platform now, as before when it was just Oprah and Sally, Jesse Raphael, and Ricky Lake. That's all we had to really go by. But now men are picking up the microphone, men are doing their thing, men are giving their perspective on things, and it kind of gives a counterbalance, and that's what we need.
And I think that it's also very sobering for women, too, for them to actually consider what the future holds based off of their behavior and like their choices.
If this is not new information, why has nothing improved?
Because the message not getting out.
Not just women, but everybody. Everybody's on their square. The men are over here, the women over here. Everybody's separated. Yep. Even when you go out, man, in clubs, everybody's separated. It's just how can you improve from that? Everybody's more engaged to their phones.
You know, before you can have social change, you have to have awareness, right? And I'm going to go to the opposite, which is the women's suffrage movement, let's say, well before women.
Here we go again with this. That is white people issues. I keep telling y'all. It's not black men's fault that white men didn't want their women to vote. I keep arguing with y'all on 100 different occasions. The second that, go look at history. Look at how the trajectory of the United States of America changed once the black man got the right to vote. Before then, all the constitutional laws was designed to be agreement between two white men. He didn't even fucking value his woman, right? The black man and a black woman's relationship was different, bro. Black men valued women's opinion, our woman's opinion. We valued what they said. I even said half the time we didn't even know how to read, but the women did. So when we say, boo, who you think we should vote for? That's what I say. The second that black men got the right to vote, black women, not technically, had the right to vote because they had our vote. And you can look at it now. in modern times. The black vote is female driven. Black women tend to choose who we gonna vote for, and black men tend to follow who the black women gonna vote for, right? It took almost 100 years after black men got the right to vote for women to get the right to vote. That ain't had shit to do with us. We got the right to vote. Oh, people who's born here is a citizen. Everything started changing for society. So how the fuck is that patriarchy when the second that the black man got the right to vote, he made it better for everybody? Talking about women's suffrage. Women's suffrage? You mean tell me that the white lady was suffering as her white husband was oppressing and enslaving the black man and the black women, and she's suffering because I'm just sitting in the house spending up all his profits from slavery. Woe is me. Fuck out of here, man.
Got the right to vote, there had to be decades literally, of awareness of those issues before there was any meaningful social change. And I think that I think that may be the case here. And maybe it's not decades, but any social movement starts with awareness.
But just because you have information doesn't mean that things are going to improve.
Yeah.
There are so many people that know how to be fit. They know they should, eat a little less food.
Yeah.
They should eat nutritious food. They should go to the gym. They should try to get sleep. But how many people are doing that? A lot of people know how to take care of their relationships, but who's actually doing it? A lot of people know what to do, but actually doing it or being aware of what to do and actually doing it are two different things. So I don't think it just applies to this topic.
Why do these channels spend so much time on self-improvement and men grooming themselves to please toxic women that just want to use them and bring nothing to the table?
Honest opinion, I feel like a lot of men lose a lot of masculinity. So I just feel like they just need to know, let these females know you can't just use any man how they want to use them.
To please toxic women that just want to use us and bring nothing to the table.
We should.
I'm talking about. That's the kind of toxic shit that a lot of these Manosphere spaces just get you a nice whip. Like anytime I hear a nigga say, I got more money than you this week. Like, your dick must be small. You must ain't never got no hoes. You a bitch ass nigga, bro. Any nigga who lead with his wallet, like thinking that's like, I made a reaction to that video. Like, y'all think these women like y'all. Dating in Miami, this is like a little skit where the dude would fall asleep and she was robbing his ass, taking off his jewelry and shit. It was a little skit, but that's how it's happening. Like, yeah, you gonna track a chick with a good car, but she not here for righteous intentions. She here to use your dumb ass, and you a simp ass nigga if you just gonna get luxury shit just to impress a hoe. Damn, I'm getting a little too animated.
We shouldn't.
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's a good. We shouldn't use it for toxic women.
I believe that you supposed to better yourself so you can attract the women you want, not gold diggers and shit.
Yeah.
So the idea is become a person that is that somebody would want to be with, and not do it, but don't do it just to. It's kind of like pickup artists. The idea of kind of gaming the system, playing a game versus becoming a person who's attractive to the type of people you want to attract.
Does having a flashy car and a fancy watch attract the type of women you want?
Personally, no, because a lot of them are not loving me. They're loving what I can do for them, so no.
I want a girl that's more traditional value. A girl that has more more things we have in common.
Not really materialistic, all that.
How is having game different than simping for women?
Having game. Like, bro, nigga, I ooze game. I ooze confidence. I ooze charisma. Gang, bro. Ability to talk, ability to get what you want without being extra. To talk yourself into what you want. To will yourself. Gang. Simping is just a nigga who gonna pay for it, who gonna leave with his wallet. Ooh, I see you some roses. Like the second you buy chicks and roses, you out the competition. You out. I'll pay for your valet. Like, nah, your participation in the oldest profession in the world if you simping like that.
Good point. In theory, simping would be being a nice guy. So if you're talking about in terms of pickup artists, simping would be being a nice guy, whereas pickup artist stuff is heavily, at least in certain people's expression of it, involves negging and that sort of thing. And so one is being nice and one is...
I don't know. I heard it was negging. I think that's some white man shit. I ain't never negged no bitch in my life. I just shot my shot. And being like, my game is this honesty. Bro, you'd be surprised how far you get with honesty. Like, I was the dude having threesomes at 17, 18. And my homeboys, they're like, asking, like, how the fuck you getting threesomes? I asked them. I'm like, man, they say, but, are you attracted to women? Like, out of my mouth. They gonna think they say is, yeah, no, or get mad and leave. But like it's something about the fact that that nigga was blunt enough to say what he want. I love that confidence. Like what up, boo? You know what I'm saying? How you got a 17, 18. Man, I had about 4, 5 threesomes by the time I was 23. My niggas ain't never had none. I'm like, bro, it's just that easy. I don't never pressure no woman. I don't never invade her personal space. I don't never get angry when I'm getting rejected. Just, all right, cool, whatever. It is what it is. And that honesty got me so fucking far when it comes to women, bro. Honesty is either she gonna say yeah or she gonna say no. But she gonna know what the fuck she getting into before she get into it.
Getting what you want without being nice.
Game is like winning her mind over with just your mouthpiece. Simping is
that is game. I done told. See, I'm not gonna give y'all no advice on how to pull chicks, but I done told my nephews this. Like nephew, it's 95% mental. It's 5% sex. Man, you can make a woman have orgasm just off her thoughts. Like nephew, your biggest obstacle is gonna be her eyes. Cause her lying eyes gonna tell you you ain't the nigga for her. Like this lying ass tail. Like women know who she gonna sleep with the second she meet. No, you don't. Cause your eyes is lying to you. But your biggest friend, your biggest asset is her ears. Cause your mouthpiece gonna tell you her ears that her eyes is lying to her. Pick up the game I'm laying down. I'm telling you, bro. Like, man, I was a well-read, educated dude, bro. I know how to string the words together. Then I drop my voice to that. How you doing, boo? That low octave that you know. What up, girl? How you doing? I can't do it right now because early morning my voice go like, say, boo, what up? How you doing? Man, okay. I'm coming through. I told you I'm the original Netflix and chill nigga. Like y'all want to watch a VHS and I'll cook you some dinner. Man, I done told people a million times I have never been on a date my whole life. Niggas don't believe that. It's because I define a date as pre-actual relations. Okay, if we ain't, and we go out, that's a date. I'm trying to get to know you. But majority of the time, they was coming to my crib. And then after that, you're like, oh, you want to go out to eat? And half the time, we was splitting the damn check. I don't say half the time. It'd be like, I'll pay this time. Then next time we go, you'll pay all. If you invite me out, you pay. And if I invite you out, I pay. But let's continue.
it's like, hey, I'll spend so much money on you. I'll buy you dinner. I'll take you shopping. Like, you don't need money to get a woman.
Having game is usually when you're trying to hit on a girl to get laid. Simping for women is when you're trying to get a girlfriend.
Having game is being able to go up to a girl, start a conversation with her, get her laughing, giggling, you feel me? Being able to get the number and be able to go somewhere from that.
What does it mean to flex?
To flex would be
extra. That what simping niggas do. Fake. See, they about to talk about alpha males, and I made a video that I recently learned that I was a sigma male. They gonna talk about sigma males here, because my whole life I knew I was alpha because I hung with the big dogs. I can go around with I can do whatever. I ain't lacking no confidence. If you want rumble, we can do that too. But it's just something about alpha male's energy that didn't fit me. Like y'all niggas always extra. Oh, I got this money, I got this, I do these. Like nigga, I ain't crave the spotlight. As soon as I walk through motherfucking space, eyes was on me. Like I ain't had to be extra. Sick alpha niggas sometimes extra. Extra. Flex. Sick man, I ain't gotta do shit. I don't give like listen, you ain't gonna tell me what to do. You ain't gonna tell me who to be friends with. I rock with who I wanna rock with. You ain't gonna do shit about it. Do something about it, nigga. Fuck.
a show of a display of wealth or power or something like that.
The flex just means to, like, show off, to be a showboat, to do too much, like.
What's the difference between old money versus new money, and which one is more likely to flex?
Obviously, new money would be more likely to flex, I think.
Old money, that's slave money.
So old money is would be a person who has family money. New money is a person who just made money and is therefore more likely to flaunt it.
How is buying a bunch of luxury items to impress women not just another form of simping?
It is.
I feel like that's a good thing. It depends what the guy feels. Like if the guy is doing it for the women, then I understand that. I view that as a form of simping because they're trying to get their attention. But if they buy that for any other external reasons outside of that, I believe that has a different meaning in my opinion.
I think it is kind of like being simping because it's like you're begging for attention for women, and you're offering materialistic items, not really what like is in the inside, like a conversation or something about yourself.
It used to be, oh yeah, I want a man that's gonna protect me, who'll be there for me, who'll be the leader, the head of the household. Now it's, oh yeah, I want a man who makes 5 figures. I want a man who doesn't work a 9 to 5. I want a guy who does all these crazy things but can't bring anything to the table. See, at least back then, when women had all these crazy high expectations, it was, you feel me, they were at least bringing something back to the table.
Do women's delusional expectations require men to set delusional goals?
In a sense, yeah. Some girls want like six figure man, and like honestly, like dude, like look at yourself. Like you don't have a job. You expect your looks to get you everywhere, and like it could affect men delusions, dreams, or whatever.
What's the difference between a woman rating herself a 10 and a guy calling himself an alpha male?
The difference is if an alpha male is like a king. So you're always supposed to treat a man like a king. And a woman that's rating herself 10, she just bougie and.
Let me tell you how I got in my alpha sigma. Okay, I'm from the hood, like fighting, real talk. Like either you gonna fight a nigga or you gonna go your ass in the house and stay your ass in the house. But you come out here, somebody fuck with you, you better stand up for yourself.
Stuck up.
Nobody's 10 out of 10. Nobody in this world is 10 out of 10. It's just you having an inflated ego. But being an alpha male, you're just, like you feel like you're a dominant person. You feel like, you can set the tone. You can take charge and lead things.
Men recognize alpha males.
Yeah.
Women, not all, but some women are delusional and they think they're 10s and they're far from it. So, but women can tell themselves anything and believe it.
Men recognize alpha males. Like you don't necessarily have to. I'm an alpha male. I'm a sigma male. It just is what I is. I is what I is. I am what I am. And these other niggas that recognize me for being who I is.
We have to prove it.
Why do men even have to be labeled alpha or beta males in the first place?
They don't need to be. And I don't know where it came from, and I don't understand why it's a thing.
you know, that's sort of an analogy. And then there's the Sigma male. We have the Sigma male.
What is that?
That is the Sigma, and these are all analogies from wolves, of course, which are not necessarily the most applicable to human society. But if we're making analogies from wolves, the Sigma wolf hunts outside the pack. He's like a lone wolf. He's even cooler than the alpha. And so after the alpha male and people self-proclaiming alpha male status has sort of lost some status, and now everybody wants to be the Sigma male, who's cooler than the alpha male because he's the lone wolf.
What's the difference between calling a man a beta male and shaming a man for not being a real man?
There's no difference. So I don't like when niggas call me a beta male, even though he got simpish beta qualities. If you're a simp, I will call you a simp. But shaming is shaming, regardless of what gender it comes from.
Good question.
Honestly, some men just like to be named alpha and for the ego, you know, just to boost the ego, like they're something, they're successful because they can do something that other men can't, when in reality we're all equal and we're just trying to better ourselves.
Why are there some men who shame women for having a high body count, but then also complain about how hard it is to get laid? Is that a double standard?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. They want all the women to sleep with them, not everybody else, though. So yeah, I mean, it is a kind of hypocrisy. Yes.
When a girl has a high body count, in my opinion, her value kind of decreases, and I feel like women know that. So that's why I feel like when women are in arguments with another woman, they tend to say, "Oh, that's why you're a hoe. That's why you're a whore." All this stuff, and I feel like they know that that's devaluing, and they try to use that against each other, even when they're.
Should we be blaming simps for women's bad behavior?
Yes.
No.
I don't think so.
Didn't women set the terms that they needed to be served and put on a pedestal, which created simping in the first place?
Yes.
I say 80% of it is simps, because they're the ones going to OnlyFans, paying money, being suckered. And like Snoop said, if you're a sucker, you're gonna get licked.
You're sending this girl money you've never seen. You feel me? You're asking her. You're asking her to do all these crazy things for you over online or in person. But you feel me? It's not real love.
Simping is the worst thing you could ever do.
Didn't women set the terms that they needed to be served and put on a pedestal, which created simping in the first place?
That's not what created simping, in my opinion. What created simping is mothers, single mothers that raised their sons to be suckers, and then they raised it. See, they got with the bad boy. Women like bad boys by nature. They got with the bad boys, didn't like the outcome. Then they raised their sons to be good boys, but then the son finds out that women don't want good boys; they want bad boys.
See, I kind of disagree with you, Richie Mac. Okay, I kind of disagree with you right there, Richie Mac, because I am raised in a single mother environment, right? And my mom didn't raise me. I have this different theory. Single mothers tend to raise their sons to be their dream man. And if they include simping, yeah, but no, like, I can't see, because I was a single, raised by single, me and my brother, and we don't, well, Big Bro do like to buy flowers and gifts and shit. I wouldn't consider him no simp, and I am the opposite of a simp. Like, you just so cheap at him. Like, listen, baby, we here for the same shit. If you out here trying to get some money from me, then all right, I pay for it. But that's what it's gonna be, a transactional relationship. You don't give me sending you no motherfucking cash out for nothing. You gonna, if I'm paying for it, I'm gonna, you know what, let's continue.
Or they want bad boys.
That don't sound like no simp. Don't really sound like no simp, what I'm saying.
Turn them into good boys.
The phenomenon of simping would probably go back further in human psychology, all the way back to the caveman times. I'm sure there's going to be a caveman simp if we were to trace it back far enough.
Aren't simps a byproduct of what feminism has caused?
Yep.
So then why are we blaming the victim?
I have no idea.
You got a fucking choice, bro. You got a choice on whether you're gonna send that chick that $400 cash out she asked for, or drop your nuts and go out and find you a chick in real life. You have a choice on whether you gonna go subscribe to this motherfucker OnlyFans when she don't get two shits about you. You have a choice.
Why do men even have to be labeled alpha or beta males in the first place?
In my opinion, I don't really think there's a reason to use it. I feel like that's a stupid way to put like labels on men. But I feel like it's just been around because just like predatory instincts, like how us humans just evolve.
Men today and boys and men, there's a lot that they can take away that's useful from those messages, and I think that you know, to paint it with that broad of a brush that it's misogynistic inherently, I don't think is correct.
All right. There's another It's Complicated banger. You know, how y'all feel about that? I hope y'all young got a little education out this shit, bro. Don't be a simp. Don't be an extra alpha. You know, don't go tricking off your money. Don't do that. Stay on your square. Get on your purpose. And become your ultimate you. That's it. Plain and simple. Life gonna give you confidence. All you gotta do is just live it. Like I say, man, how I became confident and ability to walk around a bunch of wolves and animals and monsters in the neighborhood. Oh, cause I jumped off the porch. You get your head like either you gonna win or lose. Nigga gonna respect you. They ain't gonna play with you. Just that's how I built my company. I'm not saying you can't do that in today's time. You can't, cause this was the '90s. This was the '80s. They were pre-weaponry. You know, we was still outside fighting. But I don't know what to tell y'all. I hope y'all can learn something. Find your way in this new society where you're more disconnected and you're talking to each other over the internet. But I'm just saying, you have a choice. You can choose to be a simp, or you can accept your alphaness. Hit that like, subscribe, and become part of the kingdom. Shout out again to Richie Mac.